A cold, wet, miserable day in October is as good a time as any to explore this place. Over there used to be the Metro North Mall. Now it's a big construction site. And over here, right inside of the mall, is this old cemetery. Looks kind of like a family cemetery, but I think it's the cemetery for the town that used to be here. I can see fresh flowers on the graves. Some of them are pretty old. George C. H. Sparks died June 5th, 1869. Age 28 years. Wow, that's not old. Gash Cemetery Historical Site. This is a cemetery that was in this town of Gashland. And surprise, surprise, you can go in it. Come on, dongs. Got my trusty travel companions. Jimmy, don't pee on anything inappropriate, huh? I have always driven past this place and never gone in. Jimmy! If I get haunted by somebody because of you, I'm going to be not happy. Lots of Sparks in here. I mean, the name Sparks. What is it? 1902? And born Ohio, July 15th, 1827. Clarinda, wife of Thomas Clay. And September 16th, 1930. I can't read it. Oh, why don't I read the one at the top? Died 1851. I think that's an infant grave. Born 1850, died 1851. And sometimes it's hard to read. Something to think about with the beer flu now. This person, don't know the history here, but the date is 1918 is when they died. It's probably of old age. When people die around that time, 1918, 1919, it could be from the war. That 1846, they're pretty old then. But you see that date, and it could be either the war, or it could be the pandemic that happened then, and it killed a lot of people. Interesting. Is this a either says Cash or Gash? Because, the town of Gashland was named after a family, I believe. A lot of people haven't heard of Gashland except as a neighborhood, but it was a town. It was a town on the Jefferson Highway. And, yeah, there we go. Here's a Gash. Lou Bell J. Gash, 1884, 1965. That's why you have the Gash Cemetery, because it's named after a family. And the town was named Gashland. Now there's a tombstone laying down. Delbert C. Gash, 1877 to 1921. Henry Lee Gash, 1885 to 1916, with a tree growing right at the headstone. I think some of these big memorials like this one are for the whole family plot. As you can see, little tombstones all gathered around it. And here's a big one for the Gash family, where this cemetery here, graveyard, cemetery, gets its name. what is it? Cemetery is a standalone plot of land dedicated for the burial and memorial of the dead, and a graveyard is one that's attached to a church. Now, this may be a graveyard. I haven't looked it up because there may at one time been a church here, which is why this is kind of here and out in the middle of nowhere, but I don't know. I don't know my history that well. That's room for discussion. Anyway, I better get back. Kiddos are going to be waiting for me. I don't want that. The car is over there running and open. And the dogs have had at least a little bit of wandering. I don't mean to turn this into like a dog park, because it's not. But it's the best we could do for the day. I'm trying to get out. And I was just curious, so I came by here. And so hopefully nobody considers me to be too disrespectful. But I'm watching the dogs closely. Right, doggies? Come on, let's go. Let's go, doggies. Jimmy's ready to go.